His name is Eric Molina. He is a graduate from Bel Air High School, class of '94. And he currently works for the State Attorney General on the west side. Eric is in charge. Actually, I'll let him explain to you what exactly it is that he does, but he's got this really cool kind of job. And it is something that I know he always wanted to do. I've known Eric for a long time, at least as far as criminal justice is concerned. So.
Good morning. How's everyone doing today? Well, as you all know, my name's Eric Molina. I was born and raised here. I lived in the valley. I lived maybe 10 minutes from here, you know. I graduated, like Mr. Valdespino said, I graduated from Bel Air High School. I graduated with him, as a matter of fact, back in '94. So, man, it's like.
Yes, we're old now. Thank you for reminding
Wow,
me.
it's like, yeah. Anyway, so when he asked me to come here, it's like to talk about my experiences about college and what I've been through, my struggles. I said, you know what? Yeah, that'd be great. Give you my insight of what I went through. One time I was a student like you were right now. I was sitting at a desk like that years ago. I never imagined that I was gonna be here sitting. I mean, I'm sitting there, right? Sitting right. Standing here and speaking to you guys, you know, about my experiences and what I've gone through. So, in high school, I was involved in law enforcement. I took a law enforcement class. I wanted to get into law enforcement. I wanted to be an FBI agent. I wanted to be an FBI agent. I wanted, you know, just to expand my career, maybe Secret Service. You know, I was thinking federal jobs. When I graduated high school, I was like a nerd in high school. I was never a jock. I was in ROTC in high school. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. Like I said, I was a nerd. I did my homework. I got A's and B's. So I graduated high school and I decided, should I go to college? Should I go to college? I decided to wait. I knew college was important, but I decided to wait because honestly, the truth, I was like tired. I was like, I'm tired of doing the homework, the tests. I mean, all the work that I had to do in high school, and it's like, and then in college coming up, it's like, I didn't want to do that. I was like, no, I'll wait. So after high school, I decided to see, okay, what am I going to do? So I managed to get a part-time job at the airport, you know, just with the freight and just loading the freight in the airplanes, and it was pretty cool for a while. So then, I think the following year, '95, I decided, okay, you know what? I'll start going to college. I'll register for classes, and you know what? I'll be honest with you, I had no idea what I was doing. I came here and I was like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? I had nobody tell me anything, what to do, where to register, how to register. At that time, I don't think there was online registering. So we had to do it like, I think by telephone or by person. So I managed to speak to a counselor. I told him, you know what, I want to go into law enforcement. I want to see how that goes. They'll say, okay, so like, you know, here's your classes and stuff. And I was like, what the hell is this? You know, I'm like, what? Like English and like the math, 1324, and I don't know what it is now, but back then it was 1324. I'm like, and I remember he told me to take biology. I'm like, biology for my major? Really? Like, yeah, I gotta take a lab also. I'm like, a lab? I'm like, oh my God, dude, really? So I'm like, okay, so I attended like the first semester, like in the fall of '95. And I mean, like I said, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, it's different. I mean, college is so different than high school. It's like you have freedom. You have much freedom like you wouldn't believe. So I took a basketball. I remember I took a basketball class. I figured, you know what? I want to take the easy way out. I'm gonna take a basketball class. I want to take something easy. Because I figured, you know, I'll just take my basics here, and then I'll just transfer somewhere. And I remember I flunked basketball. How the hell can you flunk basketball? And I'm like, I got an F in basketball. How is that? Well, I mean, back then it's like I attended class, I never returned. I never returned to the basketball class, and I didn't drop in time. I didn't drop in time to withdraw from the class because I had no idea. I had no idea. So like, oh my God, I got an F in basketball. So guess what? My GPA goes down. So, after a while, it's like I had to think about it. It's like, you know what? I gotta maybe start getting serious about this. So I took the class again. I passed it so I can get my GPA up again. And at that time, I was like in the part where I wanted to still go into law enforcement, but I'm like, what about teaching? What about being a coach? So I'm like, okay, let me try that. So I went back to my counselor, you know what? I want to change my degree to kinesiology because I want to be a baseball coach. So I'm like, okay, you know what? So we got to take science classes again, calculus. I'm like, I don't want these classes. I don't want these. Isn't there another way I can get my degree without these classes? I'm like, sorry, man, this is the way you got to do. It's like, damn it. So I tried it. Didn't know what the hell I was doing in that class. Calculus, like, not for me. Like, you know what? Not for me. So you know what? So I dropped it. I went back to law enforcement. Okay, you know what? Let's go back to law enforcement. So anyway, in my college years, I managed to, like I said, I was working in the airport, and then I managed to get a job at UPS as I was working in the warehouse. I used to get up at 4 o'clock about 3 o'clock in the morning every day to go to work at 4, get out like about 9, and then go to class about, depending on my days of the week, it would be like 10, 11, 12. So, it's starting to be a struggle. It was starting to get hard. And let me tell you something, guys. If college was easy, everybody in El Paso and pretty much anybody in the whole nation would have a degree. But you guys are here for a reason. You guys want something out of yourselves. You guys want to do something. And I applaud you guys for that because it's a lot of time and dedication to be where you are and to succeed in what you want to be. So, so I remember getting up, like I said, early in the morning, coming to class. So I started, as the years went on, I progressed. I started, doing all right with my grades. I started getting my A's, a couple of B's. And then for grace of God, I managed to get a job with the El Paso Sheriff's Department. I was a detention officer for 5 years. I mean, it was an awesome job. I quit school. I was like, I got this job, cool job. I quit school. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna go to school anymore. I like this job. It's pretty cool. So I was in it for 5 years. I mean, I was in a special reaction team in the jail, like the SWAT team in the jail. I mean, I did a whole bunch of stuff. But as the years went on, it's like I knew something was missing. It's like I kind of wanted to finish what I started. Because with me, I like to finish what I start. I mean, I started college and I wanted to finish it. I wanted at least to get my associate's degree. Because at that time, getting an associate's degree was like the major thing for me. It was like the best thing I would ever do. So slowly I started, I'm gonna start going back to class. So I managed to talk to my supervisors and say, you know what, I'm gonna need Tuesdays and Thursdays off. I need to attend class. So they did. They changed my schedule to Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I came back to class. And it was hard for me because at that time, for all of you law enforcement people, if you want to go into law enforcement, it's a 24-hour job. So you're going to work graveyards, swing shifts, 3 to 11, 7 to 3. And I remember when September 11th came around, I was working in the hospital at that time because there was an inmate. I was taking care of an inmate in the hospital. September 11th came around and I had class, so I was working. I went in at 11 o'clock, got out at 7, came home, changed, came to class. So you can imagine how tired I was. At that time, I remember that time, it was September 11th, and I came to class, we're discussing what happened, with my other classes, but I was tired. I was tired. I did that for maybe a good a year. And after a while, I had a colleague who was attending UTEP. And I remember he had a college catalog. And I asked him, so you're going to school? I'm like, yeah, he was going for school for something. I don't remember. So that's why I'm like, you know what? So I made the decision, you know what? I want to apply myself to school, and I want to go full time. So I quit the sheriff department to go to school full time. I was scared at first because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It's like, I hope I'm doing the right thing, because I was doing okay, but I wanted to finish what I started. So I quit. I came to school full time, and December of 2002, I graduated with my associate's degree. I mean, it was the best thing. I mean, going to UTEP, walking to get your degree, it's like the best thing ever. I mean, that was like the world to me. It's like, you know what? If I can do this, I can keep on. I can keep on. So after I quit, the sheriff department, I came here. I remember I was a volunteer with the counseling department. Then I became a work study. I remember I was a work study, and then I became a part-time. So I was working part-time, and I was, at the time, had already graduated, so I was like, where am I going to go? At first, I went to UTEP for a while. I took some classes at UTEP, but I just figured, you know what, it's challenging. It's like, the classes are challenging, and I don't know, universities are a lot different than communities, because, communities is like more, the instructors can deal with you directly, but at the university, it's like, you're in an auditorium. You're in an auditorium of hundreds to 50, 60, 70 students. So I was like, I don't know if I can do this. So I took classes, and you know what, UTEP's not for me. So you know what, I'm gonna try NMSU. I transferred my credit to NMSU. I remember I applied to be a parking officer at UNMSU. And I remember the first time I applied, I didn't get it. And then when the second time around came, the second posting came around, I applied again, and then they managed to get me. So I got a job at NMSU while attending classes at NMSU too. So what helped me too was, depending on how you people are, I like the online classes, because as with me, I work better doing it online. I mean, of course, you got to be focused and be determined, but with me, I love the online classes. I can open up my laptop and start with my class. So anyway, I would drive every day for like 2 years from here to Las Cruces, every day for about 2 years. And I was still, and at that time, again, let me back up. Before I went to NMSU, I applied to UT Austin, and I got accepted to UT Austin. And for one semester, I went over there. I went to UT Austin, but you know what? I'll be honest with you, parties, lots and lots of parties. 6th Street, if you've ever been to Austin, 6th Street, oh my God. First time I was there, I was like, oh hell no, I'm staying here. I was like, no way. It's like, I had class, and like, no, there's no way. I mean, sometimes I wouldn't even go to class. I would just, just go around campus, talking with whoever it is, there. But partying was the most, I guess, bad experience for me. I mean, because, when I was your age, man, I felt invisible. I felt bulletproof. I felt nothing's going to stop me. I go party every day. I remember when I was in the sheriff department, I used to party every day, except for Sundays and Mondays, from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every day. Go to Juarez, Copa, a derby, It's like Rodeo de Medianoche. I don't know if it's still there already, but that was a long time ago. I I would go out every day. But you know what, guys? It's like when you think you're invincible, you think you're on top of the world. That's the way I thought was. Well, that's my thoughts. But everything ends. I thought my partying days was going to continue forever. I don't think it was ever going to stop. At that time, I had my drinking buddy, and we used to go out every time. We used to go out, like I said, every day. He used to pick me up. I used to pick him up. We used to go party. At that time, school was not important for me because I loved the lifestyle. I love, picking up on the ladies and, like being on top of the world. But it comes to the point where it has to stop. You get tired of it. You get, like I said, you get tired of it and you don't want to do it anymore. That's what happened to me. I thought my days were going to continue until I decided one time, you know what, that's enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. So I managed to go back, managed to go back to school. Like when I was in Austin, I used to go out to 6th Street all the time. Be drunk, come home, next day, hungover. I managed to get a job over there at UPS too, and I used to go to work hungover. And I remember, like every Friday is right, I used to come every weekend to go play softball. Every Friday from Austin, I come over to play softball on Sundays. After the game, I go back. That's how life has been. And I'll be honest with you, I flunked. I'll be honest with you, I flunked out. So I came back home. I was like, I didn't know what to do anymore. It's like this partying is getting to me. So anyway, then that's when I started, you know what, let's just go back, go to NMSU. I managed to get a transfer again from UPS, from Austin to here. So I will get up again at 3 o'clock in the morning, go to work, come home, change. At 12 o'clock, I leave for Las Cruces, be there by 1 o'clock, from 1 to 5. 5 o'clock, come back home. And that was like that. That was my schedule every day for about 2 years. And after that, after I get home, homework. Papers. Oh my God, I hate to write papers. Papers like you wouldn't believe I hate to write those papers. But I had to do it. So I managed to go NMSU for about 2 years. I eventually graduated from NMSU with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. I felt invincible then. I'm like, man, I got a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. So what my thought process was? You know what? I'm gonna get a degree. Monday morning, I'm gonna apply. By the end of the week, I'm gonna get a job, and I'm done with UPS. I'm done with all these jobs. I'm gonna start my career, and I'm gonna be happy. Turns out it never happened. Turns out when I graduated in 2011, I had applied for many jobs, and the jobs that I wanted never came. I kept on applying, and the jobs never called me. So I was starting to get frustrated. I was like, I stopped and thinking to myself, was it worth getting this degree? I mean, it's like, I was given the knowledge that if you get a degree, everything, you're gonna get your job, you're gonna get everything you've always wanted, but that's not the case. So I told my wife, you know what, it's like, well, this sucks. It's like, I've got a degree and like no one's getting me. I have no calls, no interviews, no nothing. And I came to a point where I doubted myself. I'm like, maybe this wasn't the right thing to do. Maybe I should have stayed with the sheriff department. Maybe I should have done something else. And my wife said, no, you know what, you just have to hold on. Because my wife has a master's degree in counseling too, so she knows what she's gone through. And so I graduated in 2011. For about 3 years, I didn't get anything. I mean, I stayed at UPS. I became a part-time driver, so I drove for a little while. And at the same time, I I was applying. You know, I applied for FBI, applied for everything. I Border Patrol, and I didn't get any calls. So I remember one time I told my colleagues, you know what, I think I'm gonna be here forever because I don't see there's any hope on the outside except here. This is just, I feel like nothing's out there. 4 years later, a job came out with the Attorney General's office. And I mean, Attorney General's office, I was like, state job. I was like, My wife's like, go applying. I mean, nothing hurts to apply. So I applied. I was for a child support officer with the Attorney General's office. So I applied. This was like about last year, a couple of years ago. And they called me. I was surprised. I was like, they asked me, you want to come in for testing? I'm like, absolutely, let's do this. So I'm for testing. You know, I passed. Congratulations, you passed. You go, you need to come the next day for an interview. I'm like, oh man. So like next day I was at 10 o'clock for my interview. So I didn't know what to tell my boss because I had already called in sick that one time to take the test, and now they wanted me to take the interview the next day. Like, oh my God, what am I gonna tell? So and I was contemplating, you know what, maybe I shouldn't go. Because what if something happens to me at work, whatever? And my wife says, it's up to you, it's your decision. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna do it. So I told my boss the next day, you know what, I got something going on, we'll have to explain to you later. I won't be in today. So I went to the interview. And, you know, I interviewed, and I thought I did fairly well. So I left the interview feeling good. I feel like, you know what, I think I did all right. This was like around in November, I think 2 years ago. So after the interview, I didn't hear anything anymore. I figured maybe I never, they didn't like what I said, didn't like my resume, my degree, whatever. One day I was driving around at work. I got a call from a 512 number. It's Austin. I answered it, and it was the human resources. They had asked me, are you still interested in the position? I was like, you know what? Yes, hell yes, of course. Of course. You kidding me? I mean, I almost crashed just because I was like so excited. I almost crashed. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, break, you know? Like, absolutely. Yes, like, absolutely, okay. You know what, can you start next week? I'm like, wow, that was quick, like next week. That was on January, I think, I was supposed to start after Martin Luther King Day. So I'm like, absolutely. Like, all right, we'll see you there. I'll call my boss, say, you know what, boss? Hate to do this to you, but I'm done. This week's my last week, and I got a new job, and you know, that's it for me. So like, okay, and you know, I was like, I didn't care back at that time. I didn't care. I was delivering packages. I was just like, whatever, dude. Like, I don't care anymore. So I quit UPS. I came over here with the Attorney General's office. I mean, it was a totally different experience for me. It was like office job, you know, working for the state. I'm currently a child support officer. I help with child support cases. We get like, most of the time we get phone calls from custodial and non-custodial parents asking, where's my money? I need my money. You know, well, you know, there's a process we have to go through. You know, we gotta find the other parent. You know, we do all these functions where we try to find the other parent so they can pay. They can pay their child support. And because I work in the area of the child support where, you know, the parents who don't pay, we have to go and find them. And it's an interesting job. You know, it's totally different for me. I mean, it's a state job, so I have like days where we're off that I've never been off before. Like last week, 2 weeks ago, on President's Day, I was off. I'm like, never in my life was I ever off for President's Day. Next week, on the 2nd of March, we're off again. I have no idea why. I'm not asking. All I know is that you're giving us a day off. I'm taking it. you know. But the current job right now is awesome. I mean, I like it. It's been good. It's been office job. I don't have to, kill myself out there, delivering packages. At Christmas time, be home by 10 o'clock at night. Going to work the next day, doing the same thing. And so I feel like I told my wife, you know what? I think my degree was worth it now. Because I'll be honest with you guys, there was a time in my life where I wanted just to get my degree and just tear it up. That's how frustrated I was. I was frustrated. I was like, this is bullcrap. It's like, I've got all your credentials and yet no one's hiring me, no one's calling me. So there was a time where I just wanted to destroy my degree, put it in the trash, done with it. But my wife said, no, you just need to wait. You need to wait until your time to come. And my time did come. And for those people involved in law enforcement, my advice or my suggestion is like, it's not gonna come right away. Or maybe any other degree, it's not gonna come right away. You're not gonna graduate on Saturday and have a job by next week. If you do, great. If not, you just have to be persistent. You just have to, keep on applying. Keep on putting those resumes, putting it in. And one day, we're gonna call you. And also, just because you have a degree, guys, doesn't mean that you guys are gonna get hired right away. For you law enforcement people, stay clean. Don't stay away from trouble. Don't get arrested. Don't, any felonies, DWIs, anything you have on your record, that's gonna cost you. Even if you have a ticket, even if whatever, if you're applying for a law enforcement agency, if you have a ticket or something, just be honest. Say, you know what, I've had a ticket, I've had this, I've done that. They caught me using weed, whatever. Just be honest, because they will do a background check and they will find out. If they find out that you were lying, they tear up your application. That's what happened to my friends. So, and any other degree as well, like in the medical field also. So anyone of you interested in the medical field, they won't hire anybody who has a record for felony or, I'm not sure about misdemeanors, but I know for felonies, they won't hire you. So just because you have a degree and you don't have a clean record doesn't mean you're gonna have your job right away. So that's my suggestion, just be, just have a clear record. I know partying is hard, I know I see some people here. I mean, that's my experiences, guys. It was hard for me, because I never had a hard time adjusting to college, because I wanted a party. I never wanted to sit down and do my homework and advance in my career. If, like now, I wish I would have done it different. I wish I would have gone back. I wish I would have finished when I was 21, 22. But I didn't. But those are the choices that I made. Because I wanted to see what was out there. I want to see what trouble I can get into, But, so I have a great job now. I have my wife. And, we're doing okay now. I said, back then, I didn't know where I was going to be. Where I was at, I was at in your seats years ago. And I wanted to be everything. I wanted to be an FBI. I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to be everything. I wanted to do everything. But I know there's times where there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be obstacles on your way, and you just have to get over them. If you fall down, get up. Get up. I have a little saying that I saw one time that said, it goes, sometimes I feel like giving up, but I remember that I have so many people I have to prove wrong. you know, there's so many people I have to prove wrong. I'll tell you, many people, including my family members, never thought I was going to graduate college. You know, why are you going to college for? If you have your job, it's fine. Just stay where you are. And, you know, that stuff like that gives me motivation. Say, you know what, I'm going to prove you wrong. I want to say, you know what, I want to get up there, and I want you guys to see me up there getting my degree. And I sure did. And I proved, all the doubters, I proved them wrong. But you got to have the heart, and you got to have the mentality and the passion to do it. You know, if you don't have it, I mean, it'll take you a while to get there, but eventually you will. But if you have the heart also, you can do anything. I remember another saying, Gene Simmons, Kiss. You know, I used to love Gene Simmons. I used to love Kiss. You know, I used to try to be him, black hair. I used to put like red Kool-Aid and like be like Gene Simmons, you know. And there was a documentary on it one time. And I thought this was interesting. I want to share with you because, you know, rock stars, you always think about their life is always drugs, girls, partying every day, doing the same thing. But what I thought interesting about with Gene Simmons, they were doing a documentary on him. Internet's not going to end. They're still going to keep on going. That's the mentality I had. You know what? I'll do my homework next week. I'll study next week. I'll do this next week. I'll do next week. Next week never came. You know, I was in the party mode, and I just wanted to party until I decided, just, you know what? It's time to think about my career. Think about what I want to do in my life. You know, so Was my career, was my degree worth it? Absolutely. You work hard for it. You know what? You work hard for that piece of paper, and you think it's just a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper with your name on it. I remember my uncle telling me, George, tell me, God, man, I'll do this for a piece of paper with your name on it, and like I'm paying so much money for a piece of paper with my name on it. And he tells me, you know what? Just give me half of what you're paying. I'll go get a paper. I'll put your name on it. We're done. You know, that's it. That's your degree right there. But you know what? Like, no, that's not the way it is. That's not the way it is. You know. But absolutely, it's worth it. I mean, that's going to be something that no one is going to take from you. Jobs can go. They can fire you. You can get hired. You can get fired. Degree, it's yours to keep forever. That is something that no one can take away from you. You know, and that's because I'm always competing with my uncle. So, like he gets something, like try to get something bigger. Like he gets a bike, I want to try to get a bigger bike, you know, stuff like that. But I have something that he's not going to have. He's never going to have unless he goes back to school again. But I have a degree. I have two. He doesn't. You know, and that's something that him, your parents, your brothers, your friends can never take away from you because you earned it. And believe me, you will earn it. When you go out on stage with your cap and gown, it's like, oh my God, it's the best feeling ever. Best feeling ever. You know? And once you have your degree, it's like, I don't know, I feel like things change. Like, you know, you get respected more. You know, with your colleagues, it's like they have their degree, so you like, I don't know, it's weird. Like you talk, it's like you discuss like, you know, what you've done with your life, and they discuss theirs, and it's like you're in an environment where it's like you're not an undergrad anymore. You know, you're a graduate student, or if you keep on going, things change when you have a degree. It's like, yeah, sometimes it goes to their head sometimes, but most of the time it's like people respect you more. You know, my wife always tells me, you know, if you get a degree, they'll respect you more. You know, you're educated, and it's true. It is so true.
Hey, Eric, I want to ask a question.
Sure.
We've got about 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm curious about your family. You talked about how you wanted them to go see you graduate. How'd they feel when you graduated?
I remember mom telling me, you know what, we don't tell you as much, son, but, you know, you did it, and we congratulate you, and we love you. You know, and that was the best part ever. I'm like, well, thank you. You know, I managed to do what I've had to do, and here I am. You know, they were proud of me. They were shocked, but proud of me.
Yeah, we were all shocked.
Yeah,
No,
so that's my story, guys. I mean, I hope I gave you an insight of what it's like. It's hard, it is. But if you keep on it, if you keep at it, you know, you can do whatever you want. You know, I still want to go back to school. I still want to get my master's. You know, my wife still wants to get her PhD. So, I mean, there's no room. There's plenty of room for improvement. If you want to continue, keep on. You know, also you have financial aid. You know, take advantage of financial aid, take advantage of grants, take advantage of anything to pay for college, because it is expensive. And I believe that we're raising UTEP tuition, I see, or something. So, it's going to take hard work, but it's not permanent, it's temporary. So once you get your degree, you know, you can take a breather after that. But that's my story. Any questions? Any questions everybody has?
Actually, I got one more question.
Sure.
About what it is that you do. And I know that when you were younger, you wanted to go in the FBI and so on and so forth, but I'm curious about the job that you have now in relation to law enforcement and how satisfying it is. Because it's different than I know than what you wanted, but how much of enjoyment do you get out of it?
Oh man, it's different. It's like, it's part of law enforcement too. I mean, because we deal with people who, majority of them fathers who don't pay their child support. You know, so we try to, you know, we locate try to locate them. And then what I do, I get the paperwork. I try to locate the parents or whoever's not paying child support. I try to locate them, whatever we can, make phone calls. And once we locate them, we go, here you go. This guy is at this place. Go get him. And I mean, I thought that's cool, man, because I'd be like, $50,000 in child support, like, really? And I mean, don't get me wrong, I get cases every day. I mean, you would believe the cases we get every day. I mean, it's different, it's interesting, but different. You know, fathers owing over $100,000 in child support.
They can come after them for forever, right?
Forever. And the fathers think they can get away with it, but honestly, there's no way you can get away with it. You know, you can run, but you can't hide. You know, we will get you. You file your taxes. If you win the lotto, you go to a quick pick, you win the lotto, you're a millionaire or whatever, you owe child support, buddy. So all that money is going to go to you.
I have a question for you. Were you inspired by siblings or family members, or did you inspire other family members once you got your degree?
They inspired me. Because I wanted to be the first one for my family to graduate from college, but I didn't. So I remember from my mom's side, actually my dad's side too, my cousins graduated. You know, I have their degrees. I have a cousin graduate from their master's. So, you know, they inspired me. But once I graduated, it's like, man, then I tried to inspire those people who are in your seats right now or are just finishing. My brother-in-law, who needs one class, he gets his bachelor's degree. You know, I tell him, just take it. Take that class, boom, you're done. You know, but they inspired me. And in return, I give back. A quick story about child support real quick. I had a story where a guy, that was funny. He had old child support, so we flagged his case for in case he ever won a lotto, that money would come to the state. So he managed to win. This guy managed to scratch off, wins $1,000. He goes to go claim it. I check his record. I'm sorry, sir. You owe about $20,000 in child support. It's gonna go to the state. So he's like, damn. All right. So this guy was the luckiest guy. He goes sometime later, a scratch off again. He wins $2,500 again. Again, he wins again. But he was smart. He thought, you know what? I'm gonna get my money. So he told his friend, hey, do me a favor, cash this lotto for me, and I'll give you like about $500 or whatever. So I'll keep 2,000 and keep 500. That way, like, we'll be good, and we'll go drinking right now in a few hours. Okay, so his friend goes, cash the ticket. I'm sorry, sir, you owe child support. So his friend owed child support also. There goes the money. So he thought he could get away. He thought he could find a sneaky way to get his money, but in this instance, his friend had owed child support also, and he never thought about asking him, hey, do you owe child support? But I know, I thought those are funny cases that we get every day. I mean, like I said, we always try to. People call in and say, you know what, I haven't received my money. I need my money. Like, well, do you know where the father is? I'm like, well, no. Well, we need to wait. We need to know where the father is. Sometimes they say, you know what, I know where he's at. He's right there. I see him. He's parked. He's in a white car with some girl, and he's giving her some flowers. He has a Mercedes. You know what? Okay. You know what? Give us the information, and we'll try to go get him. And the mothers are like, sometimes, they really want their money, so they're like, he's here, he's there. I know what he's wearing. I know this and that. Like, okay, thank you for the information. We send it off, and we go collect. But my job is, it's very interesting. I never thought I would be in a setting like this. It's an office job. You know, we get calls about, payments and to locate information and all, and trying to find the other parent. But it's interesting. I enjoy my job. I love it, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's awesome, and I think I paid my dues. I remember one time somebody said to me, like, God, you're working so hard. You worked so hard. Working at UPS, you've done this, you've done that. And I told him, yeah, you know what? I paid my dues. You know what? I paid my dues. I think I deserve this. I deserve to be here because I earned it. I worked hard for it. So, any more questions? Any more other questions you guys have?
Any other questions, guys?
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. You can ask me.
Well, we actually run up against the clock, so thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric, for coming by.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.